This is the last episode.
I pressed 3 to record, and then it just didn't. And then I moved my mouse a little bit, and then it started recording.
Lewis, how much is your computer worth, the one you're recording this on?
When it came out, it was about $1,200, I think.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
But if you press the button, it goes no.
Yeah.
It's like a dog when you try to take it for a walk.
You know, Pro Tools runs better on my laptop than it does on my PC, which is
What
why I use that, not my PC.
Why?
I have a weird seat. I don't know. Again, Maxx just a better OS for what Pro Tools is. Because remember,
Pro Tools is made to be on Maxx, it feels like.
Pro Tools is its own OS, pretty much. It's that complicated. And so
it's not as obtuse as Reaper is.
Yeah.
Where Reaper is...
Reaper can run on everything.
Reaper is... we can work on anything. Get fucked. We don't know how to use this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like, oh, where are the menus to open up your audio file?
Yeah.
It's in like the third top tab.
Yeah.
And it pop out. What the hell kind of operating system is that?
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's worse than like
it's funny
homebrew
because,
like Gentoo.
Well,
or
here's
some
the thing.
bullshit.
Here's their argument for Reaper. It's like, oh, what's happening with your audio stuff? The argument for Reaper is, well, yeah, you can make your own quick keys and it'll be easier. It's like, no, I don't want to make my own quick keys, you bastard.
Do you know how many quick keys are there by default in other programs?
Yeah.
Half of them I will never even use. Why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Because I've actually been messing around with audio stuff. Actually, for real, have been messing with the newest version of the Vocaloid program.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is really fun because I actually have the voice packs that you can do English and Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
English, for everyone that is not the Miku voice pack, is not great because it turns out doing synthesized English vocals sounds not good. But for Miku's voice and the way like you can do pacing of syllables, it's kind of charming.
The Vocaloid plugin or whatever.
Yeah, because it's essentially you're just using like a VST and just messing with like vibrato, speed. It's actually pretty complicated how it works.
Yeah, no, the Vocaloid plugin.
And learning it is actually kind of fun.
I want to get it. It's a VST, is it?
It's its own separate program.
Is it a? I thought it was a plugin.
But I've heard it's kind of a problem moving it into other audio
because it's so complicated. It's hard to make it into a plugin.
I've heard it's like if you kind of like embed it into like an FL Studio or another program, it might work like that. Like it's
you have to use like as
an extended plugin,
a rewire or whatever.
Like there's some workarounds for it, which that's another thing that I'm not even trying to figure out right now.
Yeah, no, those are stupid.
FL Studio is like still out of my grasp, like getting the basics of it.
Yeah,
but just making robots say words in English and Japanese is interesting. It's a weird power that I now have.
Yeah, it's fun now that I know how to make a like GLaDOS voice.
Oh, the specific like the vocal,
like exactly how to do it. Yeah, it's really easy.
Because didn't they tell everyone a couple years ago what exactly they were?
I think it's just Melodyne.
I know it's Melodyne and something else. I don't know what the other one is.
I don't remember. I guess let me rephrase what I said. I learned how to do it. I don't remember, but I saw a video.
At one point, you saw how to do it.
Yeah. I think I saw like Jonathan Colton on his Instagram.
I think it's one of my favorite.
This is how I did it.
I think GLaDOS's voice effect is one of my favorite vocal effects of all time.
Yeah, it's so simple. It's literally just like what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Nice old lady.
Nice lady. Very nice lady. Small voice, nice lady.
Yeah. Very good singer.
It's very good singer. Talking, like that's all it is. She's not talking weirdly. She just talks in her normal, amazing acting.
Yeah, just a good cadence.
Good cadence. And then I think it's just hard tuned Melodyne. I think that's and then one more other thing, but I don't know what it is. I think it's like an anti-aliasing thing, like just to make it sound
to smooth out the graphics.
Yeah, smooth out the graphics. No,
smooth out those hard edges.
No, like lower the anti-aliasing to make it less.
Because I don't know why. Because when you say anti-aliasing on audio, it reminds me of like HD audio.
Yeah,
that makes me laugh.
I know, but there is
alias. We have 4K sunglasses.
I know. I get the same problem.
Or like gold wired HDMI cables. Weird shit like that.
Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah. It's like, guys, it's digital signal. You don't need.
But the gold makes the electricity move faster.
It's ones and zeros, you bastards. The HDMI cable at your dollar store is the same as a $50 cable on Amazon. All the ones and zeros.
All the change is just the length of it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. No, what was I saying? No, I get the same problem like when I talk to people about like audio and I'll say like monitor. And in my head, I when I hear monitor, I think speakers.
No, everyone thinks a monitor.
Screen.
A computer monitor.
A thing I can see. And so I'll say monitors, like, yeah, I got some new monitors or whatever. It's like they sound really good. It's like, what? They sound good? Speakers on screen? It's like, no. I meant the freaking speakers. Yeah. Yeah, the alias things. Same thing too. Also, same thing too. Also.
Oh
man, I did a. See, I got guys. I started 5 minutes. 5 minutes of no brain being dumb. This, you know what I mean? I did 5 minutes. That's all you get.
You know they have those signs in workplaces that's like this many days without an accident.
Yeah.
We should have that in your room. It's like how many minutes without like a brain fry.
Before my brain.
You know those people out there that have like vocal fries.
Yeah.
You have brain fries.
The studio that I'm interning at, the engineer wants me to help him build a new, because you know about Intel's new i9 18 core pro CPUs.
Is that out?
Yeah.
Can people own it?
Yeah. And so he want it like the CPU, like the Core i9 is like $1,000 just with CPU.
Yeah, because it's a brand new CPU.
He wants to build one of those for his Pro Tools rig, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, taking part of all that shit, putting a new CPU.
Yeah, so we're gonna be working on like an awesome, epic Pro Tools rig.
But then you'll forget, like, you'll just be in the middle of it, going, "Hey, what's your favorite kind of peanut butter?" Like, you'll just go out of nowhere and just forget what you're doing.
Yeah, because it's the biggest free. It's gonna be amazing. I think we're gonna do like liquid cooling and everything because you kind of need it.
Oh, yeah, for CPU like that. You might need something.
Yeah, we're gonna do like
just put it in ice.
Just put it.
Just put it in ice.
Yeah.
In a big block.
You know those CPU competitions where they overclock competitions?
Those are hilarious.
Where they pour the liquid nitrogen onto this, like onto the CPU.
Those feel like parodies the way they build
them,
right?
Because they're meant to just see like how high can we go before it explodes. Yeah, pretty much is what it is.
How far can we push the limits of machine?
Yeah. Hey guys, this is the last episode podcast. My name is Lewis.
I'm Andres.
Hey, follow us on Instagram at the last episode podcast, Twitter at last episode pod, ask us questions, lastcastask@gmail.com. Also rate and review on Apple Podcasts, listen to us on Google Play Music. Go to elotalk.com for stuff. Man, some of the writers over there are doing some great articles that I really like, and go over there and they're doing good. Go to elotalk.com. Man, I don't know what happened. I have like a headache, and my stomach hurts, and I have cancer. It's real bad.
It's a time of the month for cancer. It rolls around.
Yeah, you know,
your hair just falls off.
Man, there's a little bit of cancer in the air, and
all of us, like Jesus, he's a little bit in all of us, in our heart.
Cancer touching all of the children. Hey guys,
every time, huh? Gotta get one in every time.
I started watching Punisher.
Just like insert celebrity here.
Yeah. So Punisher, let's talk about it. There's a thing. So this is what I've been doing this week.
Okay, for quick context,
okay.
Have you ever read a Punisher comic in your entire life?
Yeah.
Like solo Punisher?
When I was a kid, I read a lot of comics. I don't remember.
You don't remember exactly?
What my comic reading as a kid was, and this like surprises people because they didn't even know this was a thing. On the PSP had a comic reader built in.
Yeah, I totally did.
And so I would download comics and read them off on my PSP. That's how I read comics. I read like all my Spider-Mans and.
That's how I read X-Men.
Yeah.
Back when I was a baby boy.
Yeah, I just read like all my comics on there.
Now, second question: have you ever watched any of those Punisher movies?
No, I have not, and I want to so bad because I know they're not.
Please watch.
I know.
Okay, no, just watch Punisher Warzone and that's it.
Okay,
that still has my favorite bad action moment in it.
What happens?
He's having a rooftop fight with some thugs. And he shoots a rocket launcher at a guy.
Mm-hmm. Good.
The rocket launcher hits him in frame, and the explosion goes away, and the body just disappears. And I fucking lost my mind. It's an old movie. It's like 2006 or whatever, and it's the funniest shit.
That's really good.
He hit a rocket, and he just disappears. Like he just be clipped out of
from
world.
One frame to another, he's gone.
Like
it's a Skyrim glitch. It's like, what happened to Lydia?
It feels. I want remember the old glitch of like the Skyrim of like where a giant would hit you and you go flying 1,000,000 feet in the air.
Classic.
I want that in a movie. Like that level of just like weird, like
and then
weird
just
effects.
leave it in.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what to do here.
Like the bones.
Hey guys,
in it.
You know what to do here? Nah, all right, let's go.
Just leave it in.
By the way, that like in Game of Thrones, I don't know if I talked about this when I was rewatching season 6, the Battle of the Bastards, when 1-1 spoiler alert gets shot with a bunch of arrows. Mm-hmm. There's like a couple seconds, like 3 seconds straight, where there's an arrow like floating above his head. This is in Game of Thrones. Yeah. Right? Just floating there. It didn't. It's like, this is for 3 seconds. How did no one catch this?
Like that's an error, but it also reminds me of like when people get mad at animation errors in like big budget things. I think the most infamous one is the Elsa hair pass through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've seen it, right?
Yeah,
it's really famous. Even though people blow it out of proportion for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
It's like how it reminds me of another one where people got mad that you've seen the movie Mulan, of course.
I has.
Remember how Mulan is 2 people in that movie?
Okay, yeah.
She decides as Ping as the man, And in the movie, they changed the way they draw her head and her jaw shape.
Mm.
And when she's a man, they draw it more square.
Okay.
And that's not because they fucked up.
That's just they thought. Well,
it's because of it's animation appeal.
Mm-hmm.
It's what looks good for the audience.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. And the Elsa one is just, well, it looks good on its own. It's a sleight of hand animation trick where it's like as long as you don't notice it looks really good.
That's what Treyarch is like known for like.
That's just animation. You just have to learn how to do that
with animation. But like they talk about Treyarch talks about all the time, like zombies. There's a lot going on Call of Duty Zombies map. I know I talk about zombies all the time, but there is a lot going on, and there's sometimes bugs and weird stuff. But it's hard to when you actually go into like what's actually there and not, and how well the Easter eggs are hidden.
Like what assets are sitting.
Yeah, some assets that don't only load in when you walk past a certain tile, or there's a lot of really. And like a million instances of those.
Isn't it why that one map where you're like time traveling fucked up everything?
Oh, Shangri-La, yeah.
Because it caused like the CPU cannot handle this.
Yeah, it was really hard.
The game
because I had to load in like the first plan was to like load you into a separate map, but they changed it to where it loads in separate textures on everything.
Jesus,
it's not lighting. It's they're loading.
Textures are kind of big.
Yeah, they're loading in like completely separate textures.
But how obvious is the arrow thing in Game of Thrones?
Very obvious. It happens for like 3 seconds.
Like, okay, you've seen video games where arrows get like they hit your model, but they're still above you. Does it look like that?
Yeah, it looks like that. Oh, and they're just floating there, janking around.
Wait, is it more than one?
No, just one.
Okay, but that's still that's a weird one.
Yeah, it was really weird. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the other one for zombies is Mob of the Dead, which was their biggest map at the time. That map would keep crashing, and so what they did was, if you ever play Mob of the Dead, there's a bunch of windows that look like they should have boards, but they don't. They're just not there. The reason is because the map would crash without taking those barriers off. There's literally so much happening on that map where they had to take away like barriers, like very small things, like percentages of assets. Like one within like less than 1% of an asset.
It's just technology that they're running on.
Yeah, it's hard. The Quake, their modified Quake 2 engine that gets modified every single year. Anyway, Call of Duty's weird. It's a good game.
Punisher also had a very good video game.
So okay.
Actually, it did. Okay, it was actually a good Punisher game.
Interesting.
Because you get to throw people in wood chippers.
Oh, fun.
That game's kind of goofy and I love it.
That's cool. So yeah, I've been watching Punisher. I'm on episode 11. I haven't finished. So no spoilers, but
Punisher kills people. Whoa.
Yeah, if you guys don't know anything about Punisher, he's
he shoot gun good.
He's war vet who the government kills his family and he goes out for revenge, killing everyone who was involved.
He's like an urban Rambo.
That's pretty much it. And he's like the original anti-hero. Like the definition of anti-hero exists because of Punisher pretty much. Not really.
He's one of the more well-known
But
ones.
he's like in the main, people care about the anti-hero in the mainstream kind of because of the Punisher. And Punisher has a weird impact on culture.
Really strange.
Where that I like, okay, as you guys, I'm a conservative boy, and I see a lot of Punisher stickers on conservative trucks and such, and because because it's all about the military and mental health issues and guns issues, and Punisher, as like the comics and the series, does a very it's
when it's written well, which is not all the time.
Yeah, but when it's written well, they do a very good job of like mixing the politics, because it's hard to do Punisher because it's in the real world, right? And it's very
set in
very down the earth.
Yeah,
like Punisher is a very down to earth superhero because it's not he's a normal human with guns. And
he
just
is a
kills
definition of
normally.
a vigilante.
Yeah, that's it. And so it's hard to do that without talking about the politics of like guns and talking about, you know what I mean? And is it okay to kill people? And they do a very good job.
But does the show itself?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. They do such a good job. There are scenes where like politicians will be talking, right? And they'll be doing their spiel. Yeah. There's like debates in the show, like political debates that aren't like they're there and they're meant for the story to move along.
Yeah.
But they're not dumb. They're actually smart political debates that make you think about like, are guns really good or bad? Yeah. You know what I mean? And I know it sucks. And
is the Punisher really worth keeping around considering what he causes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And I know people don't like, because I don't want my politics, my superhero movies. You can't not have it in Punisher.
It's kind of tied into it too strongly for it to not just go away.
Yeah, exactly. And they do such a great job of mental health and military and I'm talking about the show. Yeah, it does a very good job of explaining mental health issues, military issues, gun issues, what is the death, like what is good and bad. Yeah. Like they balance it so well. To a point where I haven't seen in any type of media like movie or show balancing politics and like good content that well. Like that like there's literally a debate where, like talking about guns with like a politician who's anti-gun because it's in New York, and then a character who's pro-gun, and they just talk about like that debate like right there in the scene. And
what does this mean for the state of New York and what's going on here?
It's like but the Punisher, and then explaining it's like, well, what about the Punisher? He's good, right? Or he's bad, right? You know what I mean? It's and then it makes the whole thing way more complicated because it's like, as the Punisher, he goes and kills people, but he kills bad people, and it's like, okay, is it right to kill people even if they're bad?
It's a shame that stuff like this does happen in comics, but people still don't see that comics can tell stories this way. Not quite as in-depth as, like, for instance, like a book or a good movie, but they can have these discussions and topics come up. But because we're still, for the most part, still stuck with the way we do movies with comic books.
They play it too safe.
Well, because they kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because they like to make money. And I get it.
And to appeal to the wider audience who...
You have to. That's how... Media is a business first, art second. That is how it has to be.
Yes.
No matter
money.
No matter how strongly you feel about it, that's kind of what it has to be for these things.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that later with the Amazon stuff. Like you need money to make stuff, and
you need capital to get these things off the ground. No matter how ambitious your ideas may be.
Yeah, and the fact that Punisher exists the way it does, it's
as a TV show like that is like
with a show, Marvel, Disney. You know what I mean?
Because I always dreamt of like getting an AMC Punisher show.
Yeah, this is that.
But then I found out how AMC fucks over its directors, and I was like, let's not do that. And then thank God Netflix a couple years later was like, no, we'll do these things. We'll pay for that. Yeah, it's
Punisher, in my opinion. I haven't finished it. Maybe it's gonna end horribly. It probably will, because every other Marvel stuff does.
Or it'll just end like kind of flat.
Yeah, it'll probably end okay, right? That's what it probably will.
We truly are the Punisher Netflix 2017.
Yeah.
Looks the camera.
Where it's at, it is currently my favorite Netflix thing ever.
Original.
It's
not counting those comedy specials.
That doesn't count. Triggered.
This is better than Bill Burr's special on
This
Netflix.
is better than Joe Rogan's Triggered, which is, by the way, one of my favorite stand-up specials of all time.
I just saw that again recently.
Yeah, me too. It's so good.
It was a very good thing to put on in the background because I've already seen it.
Yeah.
Because I caught bits that made me laugh again.
Yeah, it's good.
I think he has like my favorite pace of the comedy special of all time.
Yeah, it
feels so fast but so natural.
Yeah, it's not like listening to who I'm trying to think of who. I can't think. Whatever. Back to Punisher. I recommend it. Watch it. It's
You were telling me before the podcast that it's actually kind of possible to watch this without watching any of these.
Yeah,
it is possible.
So okay. So this show is very much down to earth. Outside, so if you guys don't know, the Netflix Marvel shows are in the same universe as the MCU. All the Iron Mans and the Avengers, same universe. And they talk about like, the New York attack, or they talk about like the whatever. They mention it, and they talk about superheroes and stuff.
They'll talk about the Shields.
Yeah, they'll talk. Yeah,
people.
You never see Shield in the show, in any of the shows, but I mean they talk about. That those movies are part of this.
Yeah, and the actual Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show is canon to all this as well.
Yeah, exact same thing. But Punisher, so far, I'm on episode 11. There's 13 episodes. I don't think I've heard one mention of any other Marvel related thing. And there's a character. There's two characters. One that is extremely important on the other Marvel stuff, specifically Daredevil, and she's there. Karen, the reporter. She's there, and she's a very important character for Punisher in this. And so, you can't have the show without her. And you won't understand her motivations or why Punisher cares about her the way he does without watching Daredevil season 2, the first half. And you can't watch Daredevil season 2 without watching 1. Yeah. And so everything gets a little bit more complicated than like, it's not completely separated, right? Like I suggest watching Daredevil season 1 and the first half of season 2, then watch Punisher. Like
unless I really want to see the way Daredevil season 2 falls apart.
Unless if you want to watch like all the other Marvel stuff, then go ahead, watch all the other Marvel stuff, because this does take place after everything. But it's so well contained where if you just watch Punisher and not even if you've watched no other Marvel movie or other Marvel show ever, and you watch Punisher,
say if you're someone who gave up on the movies, like I don't care.
If you gave up on the movies, never watched the show, you maybe watch like a couple episodes, whatever. It's not for you. Punisher's still amazing, and it does a very good job of containing itself to where you don't need the other stuff.
Does Frank Castle get an Infinity Stone? Does he get the Time Stone?
Yes. He at the end
shoots Thanos with a shotgun.
He opens a crate. He steals weapons, and the Infinity Gauntlet's just right there. No.
God, imagine if they had the gall. Have they ever talked about putting these like shows with the movies in terms of like that whole Infinity War plot line?
I know that. No, I don't think so. I know
that would suck shit.
In Spider-Man, they talk about like when Tony Stark's talking to Peter Parker about like, I just want to be like the local heroes. Like, we already have guys for that.
Yeah,
like, he was talking about like the Defenders. Like,
but he did. But
literally, the only time the movie has ever mentioned the Defenders is just like we have guys for the small things. That's what the Defenders are.
And I honestly didn't catch that until you told me right now.
Yeah,
I didn't catch it.
Yeah,
because I just know that Spider-Man's thing is I am the local dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in my brain and it didn't like quite click.
Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man's supposed to be the local dude, and so having the Defenders kind of complicates.
I learned the very, very horrible news that Spider-Man: Homecoming 2.
Is that what it's called?
They're gonna make a sequel.
I know.
Whatever, if it's gonna be called 2, I don't know what it's gonna be called. But they said when that second movie, Homecoming movie, comes out, that is the new Marvel story arc.
What do you mean?
Exactly. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
They have like the phase 1 and all that.
Phase.
It's gonna be the new phase, but people kind of forget this. I forget it too.
What phase?
All these we're on phase 2.
Okay.
All these actors for all these iconic characters are on contracts.
Yeah, for like
Robert Downey Jr. has been like trying to like kind of not do this stuff anymore. He's kind of done with
Chris Evans, same thing.
Chris Evans, same thing. They want to do other things.
Yeah.
And
well, then those two specifically because Robert Downey Jr. wants everyone to get paid more.
Yeah, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, yeah. But the reason was because he was like, "Why am I getting paid more than all my other
that's not fair. Yeah. They're all doing the same." Which,
Just because they had the more successful movie,
doesn't
mean that you should pay them.
Robert Downey Jr. is a very complicated like person. He has a very weird history.
Yeah.
But he's trying his best to not be the celebrity. He's trying to not.
He's not trying to be the drug guy again.
He's trying to be a real life Tony Stark.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I cannot believe. I still think about every day.
Robert Downey
There's
Jr.
no more perfect person to play Iron Man than Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Because what is Iron Man's thing? He's a fucking alcoholic.
Yeah.
He's a kind of a deadbeat genius. It's kind of perfect.
It's like Birdman. It's like Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, Michael Keaton, like the perfect casting. You need
Michael Keaton because that's what happened to him.
God, Birdman fucking rules.
Yeah, I just watched it again recently. Yeah.
Isn't it so good?
Oh, the jazz drums.
Isn't the idea of like, jazz drums are just an all
single shot
at all times.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
So good.
So good.
But I was thinking about that because the contracts are going to expire.
We're off of Punisher. Watch
phase 3 bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to keep all those TV shows they've been running, those actors? Because if they're doing a Homecoming 2, that's going to be the same kid from Homecoming, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Same people.
So everything, I know for a fact.
Are they going to replace actors for the iconic characters or what? What are they going to do?
So yeah, I know that for Spider-Man, there's 3 movies signed and all the actors are going to be in it.
That's been known.
For Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
all those same kids, the teacher and all that.
Yeah. I don't know anything about anyone else.
But if Mr. Boney Stark gets tired of doing the role.
Yeah, what happens? Are we just going to get like...
Are we going to get War Machine instead, which I'm down for, but are we going to get that?
Yeah. Where do they go? Did we just not... Did all the other
like, what if Thor's
die?
like, nah, I'm out, peace.
Yeah.
They're just going to replace Thor with woman Thor from the comics?
Are we going to get Black
I wouldn't hate it, but
are we
going to
get
do that?
Woman, Iron Man?
Are we gonna get like
Ironheart, or is that her name, right?
I think.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get Kamala Khan instead? What are we just gonna replace these?
We're gonna get She-Hulk.
Dude,
we're gonna get Beyonce.
Don't fucking
She-Hulk.
joke. I've wanted She-Hulk forever.
We're getting Beyonce
She-Hulk
She-Hulk
is asking for a Netflix series. Because what is it gonna be? It's gonna be her. It doesn't have to be about her being a hero. It's just what is She-Hulk's life as a lawyer?
Yeah,
that stuff is awesome. I love that shit.
I know zero things about She-Hulk.
She-Hulk fucking rules.
I don't even know what did she do? She's a lawyer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a lawyer. She works for a law firm.
Zero.
They
things.
just make a show about law shenanigans in the Marvel universe.
Well,
and it'd be great.
No, that's what Daredevil is because he's a lawyer.
No, but less beating up people.
Okay, more lawyer.
More about it's a okay. I'm She-Hulk. Cool. I'd solve law stuff for like Doctor Doom's son in a foreign country, and also I can't get laid because I'm She-Hulk and I'm too strong.
Okay, I want to also
like it's like weird personality. Like it's She-Hulk is fun, and of all like the I guess like quote unquote like B tier heroes they could use, She-Hulk is like asking for like.
I don't think She-Hulk is. I think she's like C, right?
Black Panther was C tier, but they fucking use him for a movie.
Black Panther is at B tier
for popularity. Sure. I mean, people who know Black Panther, it was not that big.
He was not pop. That's just factually wrong. He's the first ever black superhero.
I mean for like the basic human being who knows nothing about comics,
like your dad,
like our parents.
Yeah, type of thing. Like if I'm saying like to the audience, your dad,
to the quote unquote layman or whatever.
Yeah.
Because people know Spider-Man, they know Batman, Superman.
Yeah.
Iron Man, like those are famous people.
Yeah.
Thor, not so much. Captain America, he's an icon.
Icon.
But if they're gonna like do this whole Marvel shit after Homecoming 2,
we are out.
Who are they gonna replace these iconic Avengers with? Because there are many Avengers that exist. I mean,
Spider-Man makes sense.
Spider-Man's a big boy.
Yeah, we need Spider-Man in there. That's the thing. You can't get rid of Captain America or Iron Man because those two,
they're important.
Yeah, and Thor for all the magic stuff.
Thor, you need it because of outside forces.
Yeah, I'm glad we got Doctor Strange in there because
are we gonna get the Skrulls at some point? What are we gonna do?
What are we doing? Yeah, where are we? Are we going to get Howard the Duck? Is that just I just want to know.
He better be in Infinity War.
It's canon. He's in the movies.
He's in the collector's room for.
He's technically canon,
which is my favorite Easter egg from any Marvel movie. Of like, this movie blows, but they put him in. Have you ever seen Howard the Duck?
No, why would I?
It's kind of the story behind it's really fascinating. How much of a mess it was to make.
Duck boobs. All right, let's get rid of.
Because George Lucas was on production for that.
Oh no,
that is canon. You know about that?
No,
he helped make that movie.
That's amazing.
That was when he was also working on Captain EO for Disney.
Oh, cool. I love Captain. Captain EO's actually good though.
It's cheesy. It's not the best because
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Okay,
Captain
the songs,
perfect the way it is.
The parts where Michael Jackson is dancing and singing is what he's really good at. So those parts are great. When he's trying to be like, no, like he's trying to like scream and be angry in his little baby voice, it don't work.
No. I'm telling you, Captain E. I've seen Captain EO so many times. Yeah, it's not great.
It's charming. It is super charming.
Yeah,
it is so 90s.
I wouldn't change a single thing about that.
No, not at all.
Not a one.
I love the charming puppets they use. It's so 90s and I love it.
That's so good. All right, let's talk about something else. The Switch. You know the thing we never talk about?
Nintendo Swatch.
What's happening with sound out?
Can you hear it?
What is that? Is that the air?
It's someone's auto blow.
The auto blow 2. Go get it now. Build it beautiful. All right, so
bold and brash.
The auto blow, a better way to cook. I like so that's a good one.
You could use it as a mixer, like for salad, like as a whisk.
No, so I'm just gonna talk about another podcast real quick on dynamic banter. Steve Zargoza and Mike
use an auto blow live on podcast.
No, they'll like read out ads and then they'll say the wrong, and Steve will say like the wrong
tagline.
Yeah, so it'll be like Squarespace, a better way to cook.
He's not wrong either.
All right,
that was entirely wrong.
So,
Switch, you bought a fucking video game.
I bought a video game that I didn't need to, but I did because I had money, I guess.
A little game called Rimsky.
The
Elder Bulls,
the eldest book by the sequel to Aragon.
Fuck you. That was for me, and I hate you. God damn it, Aragon.
Did you read those?
Yes.
All of them?
No, because they got bad.
I like the books. The books are fine.
When they started doing fortune telling, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. Berserker's weird.
And that movie fucking sucks so hard.
The movie. So yeah, I got Skyrim on my Nintendo.
Where's my Aragon video game, Bethesda? You fuck.
It's Skyrim.
No, it's not.
That's what it is. Too bad. That's what you get.
But they're in the Viking lands.
What, you don't want this 6-year-old game forever, every single console forever?
I don't, but lots of people do.
Well, I got it. And guys, I'm surprised. I bought the game thinking this is a mistake. I'm gonna go home thinking for 4 hours and then like want to
like idea
kill
of like you
myself.
handing like your cash. Someone's like, this is a mistake as you're giving them the money.
Yeah, just saying it.
Like to the cashier's like, this is a mistake. Please stop me with your like a
no. You know what the worst part? You know what so I got at the GameStop next to my house. I got the last because they're all pre-ordered. A lot of people want this apparently. I got the last one outside of a pre-order.
Wow.
So yeah, and I was like, oh no, I'm lucky.
To make this mistake.
Dang it, I could make it. And so I got it. I thought I was gonna go home, play it for 4 hours, and leave my life, leave my body. But no, I'm having a Gale time. Oh, it's so nice being able to. Again, my favorite thing about the Switch is laying in bed and playing AAA video games.
And I think that novelty really is all people need for this.
Yeah, and it's
that
funny,
novelty is kind of enough for some people.
I thought that I'd get bored of it by now because I've done it so much. No, I love that. There's nothing better. Zero things better than laying in bed playing
Skyrim on the
AAA
go
games.
is still a very fascinating thing.
Yeah, it's a perfect game for it too. It's like, let me just go through this dungeon real quick.
Because the combat's so kind of, honestly, it's brain dead.
Yeah.
But there's enough.
It's not brain dead, but yeah, it's enough.
No, like the melee combat shit. It's like you shield and you hit.
I disagree, but I know you.
There's not enough that requires more than like 4 button inputs. It's not that crazy.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely.
It is not playing like Bayonetta 2.
It's definitely not complicated.
You're not playing Vanquish on the fucking Switch.
No, yeah.
It's not. It doesn't require that much, I guess, inputs, efforts.
Yeah, but it's good, and
the loop of it is enough where it's like you can always play another hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's what Bethesda's very good at, which is what they went too hard on for Fallout 4.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Skyrim was the first game I ever bought when I turned 17.
Gay.
It was my first rated R game, and I paid full price for the physical PC version.
Did you marry someone in that game to celebrate?
I didn't even get that far.
That's you didn't even marry somebody?
That's the thing.
Unfaithful.
I've never gotten far in Skyrim, and I think I will on the Switch.
How many hours did you pour into the version that you bought?
I think like 12.
Only 12 hours in Skyrim?
You know what? It's probably no more. It's definitely no more than 20.
That's weird that it didn't pull you in like that.
Yes, no more than 20. Yeah, I know.
It's really weird.
I know.
But considering how much it's getting
now. I'm like collecting all these books, and I'm like, I want to read these.
For you, that seems so fucking weird for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have all these books, and I'm like going through and actually paying attention. Like I just did like the red something sword. There's a sword quest.
Lots of sword quests.
There's one sword quest, right? And that talked about like the lore of it. And I read all the notes and all the things. And
you're like, oh, neato.
Yeah, this is cool. It's like, oh, this is a cool legend. And fighting the dude, getting the sword. I just did the Dawnbreaker thing where you're fly up into the air.
Another question: are you going to be a vampire or a werewolf?
Neither. I want to be.
How dare ye?
Yeah, I'm going to kill both of them.
All 12 Dragon Balls.
Yeah. I'm gonna punish all of the vampires and werewolves with my guns.
So I'm wondering, are you actually gonna finish? Are you just gonna play this game just until you're bored with it, or are you actually gonna try to finish the main quest?
Well, I finished the main quest
already.
No, on the PC.
Yeah.
I beat it in 4 hours. That's not even. I finished when I first got Skyrim. I only did the main quest.
So like the Sonic Forces
for 4 hours. I beat that game, and I was like,
that was unsatisfying.
Oh, that sucked.
I've ever had like one cool moment in it, which I don't want to spoil because there are people that have actually never played Skyrim.
Yeah, it's
before.
cool. No, the game is cool, but. 4 hours I was done, and I think that's what left such a sour taste in my mouth for that game, and why I never got.
You kind of like quote unquote beat it too early.
Yeah, that's why it was Zelda specifically, which I finally beat, by the way, or did the ending, whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I took my time with it and wanted to explore as much before I tried to beat it,
because that matters to you.
I didn't want the same thing to happen where I was like, oh, I beat it, now I have nothing to do.
Well, you do, but for you, it just didn't feel like you had motivation to go do it.
Yeah, exactly. And so
the drive to just go find new adventures wasn't enough at the time.
And so I'm just taking my time with Skyrim right now. I'm just like playing it the correct way. Anytime there's something I get distracted, I'm just gonna do it and just go on that quest, whatever.
You're gonna do it, but that's what intends for you to do.
Yeah, play the game and have fun.
Fight, loot, explore, repeat.
Yeah,
it's a cycle.
It's a cycle,
and it's addicting. It works.
Yeah, and it's fun.
It's a shame they applied it to a game that didn't need it.
And there's a level of develop like being. I still can't fight giants yet, but once I do, I'll feel good.
Yeah,
that's what I mean, like stuff like that where there's enough of a feeling of progression.
There's enough incentive, personal and numerical goals in there.
Like in Breath of the Wild, when you first encounter a guardian, you're like, oh shit, and then by the end of the game, you feel like, oh cool, a guardian, I'm gonna go kill that.
Yeah, because
it's that feeling of progression of like getting stronger and stronger and getting better and understanding things.
You can see it visually happen as well.
The motion controls are dumb except for lockpicking.
Really?
So lockpicking, they do the AC rumble, and so you can feel every single.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's really
that's cute.
It's really good. It actually, it's like my preferred. Like the AC rumble makes lockpicking fun because I hated it.
Really?
I was so bad.
I've always been fine with it since it's really easy.
Yeah, no, I was god awful at it on PC, but on my Switch, I'm just like, oh, I'm not great still. I don't know. I'm just dumb, I guess. But I don't know.
The more you do it, the easier it gets. That's the Skyrim way.
Yeah,
So keep fucking it up, and you'll get your lockpicking up.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
They have motion controls for the bow and arrow, which it's fine.
How do you hold it?
What do you mean? Oh, I mean just right trigger. Same thing.
It's just you aim it with one of the Joy-Cons?
Yeah, it's the same thing as Breath of the Wild, except with Breath of the Wild, it's more smooth, right? Mm-hmm. And it feels like it's like a 1-to-1 movement almost.
Yeah.
With Skyrim, it feels a little bit more clunky, but it's enough to where it's noticeable if you've played Breath of the Wild. If you've never played Breath of the Wild motion controls and your first motion control aiming was Skyrim, you'd be like, this is amazing. But Breath of the Wild is such a god tier motion control.
Because it was designed for it in mind.
Exactly.
The gyros.
Exactly. And so Oscar, I use it sometimes, but not always. But I use it enough to where it's like I'm glad it's there. I wouldn't take it out, but it's not perfect. It can be fixed, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
But as
I think it's because it's built it's not really built for motion controls in the first place.
As a port, it's the Switch's best port
for like a big game. It's rock solid 30.
It's lock 30.
Yeah.
The graphics are. It looks. I mean, it's a 6-year-old game.
It looks like a late generation like PS3, Xbox 360 game,
which is kind of terrible. Everything where the Switch is so far. Like everything looks kind of like late generation 360 PS3.
Keeping a good frame rate with that is a pretty good exchange.
Even like the late generation Xbox 360 and PS3 couldn't do that very well.
No, even still had issues.
So it's they're porting some really good outside of LA Noire, which is our first flop, I think, on the Switch. Like AAA flop.
I don't want to count Doom as a flop because it's not. It's a weird experiment.
Yeah,
it's more of a miracle. But LA Noire, did it not do well, or is it just really?
It's not selling well, and it's not performing well.
I don't think it's going to perform that well on other consoles either.
It might not. If it doesn't, then maybe it'll be.
It's going to sound like hyperbole, but I don't know anyone who's ever asked to play LA Noire again.
Right? That's the thing. I don't know.
It doesn't hold up that well.
Well, I think what it is Rockstar was like, okay, we'll try.
Yeah, with one of our smaller games.
And that's it. And this is what makes me sad. It's like, oh no, you failed.
And they're never gonna try it again.
Yeah,
because that's how video games fucking work.
Yeah, man.
Because games are expensive to port.
That's the thing. Rockstar, like not having LA Noire be at least good. It's not even good, honestly. It looks like a phone. Like GTA San Andreas on my phone looks better than.
Oh come on, that's not fair.
It's not. I
played San Andreas recently. That game does not look great nowadays. Okay. Come on, people have like polygons coming out of their shoulder blades.
Okay, I'll be honest. I'll be 100% honest then. LA Noire on the Switch kind of feels like it could have run on my phone, but badly. Like it could have worked, but not that well. You know what I mean? Like
would have had like a
like there's so much like the load in of the world.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like this the jankiness of the frame rate, the textures.
Is it variable frame rate?
It's not. It's just not good. It's not. I don't. It's
like
not.
What are they going for?
30.
Shooting for 30?
But it jumps between like 15 and 30. Like
I don't get how when that game is not that intense.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like I think it's just a bad port.
It's got car chases at like the highest, and even then those cars are in lore, well not in lore, in universe are not meant to go more than like 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's the 1960s.
Yeah, it's 40s, I think.
The 40s?
Late 40s.
That was the 60s.
No, late 40s.
Like it's 40s. Either way, cars were not that fast.
Yeah.
You're not driving GTA 5 motorbikes.
No.
Down
the thing.
Hollywood Boulevard. I
hope that this doesn't. Because remember I said that wild idea of GTA 5 coming out next year?
Yeah.
Oh. The LA Noire not being good kind of kills all of those hopes and dreams.
We'll know. Like I said, we'll definitely.
We'll know next year.
We'll know by March. Fiscal year, end of next.
Yeah.
We'll know. But companies will go, we're very interested in working with Nintendo. Blah, blah, like that, all that business bullshit.
Until
we'll
we get
know
that,
by
then. If we get that, then maybe. But till then, nope.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's Switch. Or my experience. Let's talk about some Black Friday deals real quick, and then we'll move on to other things. So, guys, Black Friday, if you have a Switch, because there's no sales on like the actual console because it's doing too well. It's not that expensive anyways. Go get it.
I think it's estimated. I think like 6 million.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like probably by the end of this year.
So
because they're making a couple million.
So the best deals I've seen for Switch games is Best Buy and GameStop. And so Best Buy and GameStop. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition is $20.
Gotta go play that game, please.
That game is on Switch is $40, and on sale it's half off. So $20. Everyone, if you have a Switch, get even if you played Rayman before, like Rayman Legends or Origins, get this because it's the Definitive Edition. It doesn't. Okay, I've seen the comparisons of like the other the consoles. Mm-hmm. The Vita version, it runs fine. Like it's I don't even know. I don't remember if it's 30 or 60. For this kind of doesn't matter too much because it's visuals more than anything else.
It has to be locked and clean.
The load times.
Oh, that's what really matters. Yeah,
are kind of long.
Yeah,
it's not like load times are like upward, like close to a minute sometimes.
Because that game, for mostly a good thing, it is challenging.
Yeah,
it is one of the best platformers I've ever played. Period.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
and I've played many a platformer.
Yeah, we've played a lot of platformers, and yeah,
and plus, God, that art is so tasty.
Yeah, it's so good.
The UB art engine is one of the best things ever made. I wish
the music is amazing. Everything about Rayman Legends.
I think my favorite track is when they go to like the Mexican area.
Oh, I want to say
where they go out of you, but like they have like the fucking like the clams. Like it's so really charming.
I love the metal stuff.
Oh God, yeah. Well, everything in that game is fantastic.
Yeah, everything
aesthetically, and it has like the charm that a Nintendo game has.
Yeah,
that is no small feat.
No, it's
at all.
And so what was I gonna say? So yeah, Origins was good and it sold well and everyone loved, but Legends was so much better. Just it was a better made. The levels were.
It's the Galaxy 2 to the Galaxy 1.
And so the
Just more ideas.
So the definitive edition has like a bunch of levels from Origins.
That game has almost too many levels. It has a ridiculous amount of content in it. If you get the
definitive edition of Rayman Legends, you almost get 2 games.
It also has honestly a fun multiplayer.
Yeah, the co-op is...
I played like the 2v2, like the volleyball. Those, it's fun. Yeah,
the co-op on... And that's the thing. Having that on the Switch makes so much sense because you have the Joy-Cons right there.
And so, it's not that demanding because it's a 2D platformer. The controls don't demand that much input out of you.
You can do the Joy-Con, split Joy-Con, like separate, individual. Fine. And
hard recommend from both of us.
Yeah, hard recommend. So yeah, Jesus and I will both be picking this up on Black Friday for sure. Like, this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're getting this on our Switch.
I got to play this game.
Yeah. I played on my Vita. I love the hell out of that game. And it's a perfect game for portable. Like, it's a perfect portable platformer.
Yeah, it's a 2D one.
Perfect portable platformer. You're welcome, everyone. So yeah, Best Buy and GameStop has that. That was pretty much... And SD card. So if you need an SD card, same thing. Everyone has deals, but like if you're gonna go to GameStop to get Rayman Legends, just pick up a freaking the 128 gig SD card is $30. Get that. Just get it.
Looking at how well the Switch is doing, people are going to be wanting more space in their Switches.
Yeah, I just bought my SD card because I need it for Doom.
Yeah.
For $45 on Amazon, about like 44 or whatever on Amazon. So $15 cheaper than that.
I'd like to download a lot more indie games on my Switch, but I would like some breathing room.
Yeah. So just get the 128 gig so you don't have to worry about it. Like 64, like 32 is too low.
32 is way too low.
64 is probably fine if you're doing mostly physical and you're not doing a lot of AAA physical.
Which is going to be me. Yeah. I do mainly physical.
But
in general.
But looking at where the AAA stuff is, where you need like 1 million gigs to download,
yeah.
Like, you know,
until they decide to be smart and
do the 32 gig, yeah.
Which who knows when they'll do that, if ever.
I think Skyrim is, because I didn't really need to download much when I got it.
Maybe that's because they were forced to. I don't know how many companies will do that just to make it easier on the consumer. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I think with Skyrim, because they knew that it was going to sell well enough so they can make their money back.
Yes.
So they just did the 32, for sure. Which makes sense. But yeah, just get the 128 gig, $30. So yeah, go to your GameStop will be a $50 per purchase, $20 Rayman's, $30 SD card, and you're chilling for.
If you're going to be a hardcore Switch user, which it seems a lot of people are this year and are going to be soon.
Well, I mean, all these games that are coming out in this month, yeah.
And remember, the Switch is selling incredibly well.
Incredibly well.
And it's also actually easier to get in stock now. They've been restocking a lot.
You know who Review Tech USA is?
Yes.
Okay. He just made a video, 20-minute video, explaining why the Switch has become his favorite console of all time.
Weird.
And from that guy who's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch because he's too much of a cynical asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't stand how contrarian he is.
No, totally. And he totally hated on the Switch when it was coming out, like the rumors and everything.
Yeah, the rumors, that's where I was like, why are you so negative on these fucking rumors?
Yeah, and he totally he apologized and explained, like, no, this is perfect for I have a child and I can't, and I love video games and I can't play them because I have to, take my kid to the hospital or whatever. And having the Switch to be able to just pick up, play for a couple minutes.
It is meant to be a tailored for your lifestyle console.
Exactly. No matter how you play, because you mostly play at home.
I play it on
docked mode. That's mostly how you play. I mostly
play. I love to play games in general because I don't like handhelds.
Yeah, I mostly play in handhelds. I like handhelds. I grew up on handhelds, so for me, it's fine.
So did I, but I was like, man, fuck that shit. I want those games on a big TV.
That's fine.
That was me for a long time. The thing about Still am.
Oh, Jesus Christ, so loud. That's the thing about the Switch. It's no matter how you want to play it, you have it. And the reason I brought up his review is because I think I might agree with him. I think it's too early to say it's the best of all time. Right?
Oh hell no, that's way too soon.
No, but it
is not.
It's definitely on the road for giving.
It does not have the library that the PS2 or the SNES has.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure.
Where they are just god tier consoles with amazing libraries.
But I'm saying for me personally, it's on the road to becoming my personal favorite console of all time. And
let's hope they keep remembering to make first party games for it from Nintendo next year.
Yeah,
because they might just go, whoops, we got a game coming out in December. We got nothing this year.
Yeah, well, next year
they're known to do that.
So next year they have a bunch of games already slated. The year after, honestly, like next year is fine. I think I'm not worried about.
I know they have Kirby on the Switch coming out next year, right?
Kirby, Yoshi, another one, but I don't remember what. So they have like
Arms 2.
Arms 2, yeah, already. No, they have like 3 first party games coming out next year, which is a lot of first party games.
Man, I cannot.
For the first 2 years.
I cannot wait for January, early February to know. Okay, guys, here's what the fuck we're working on for the Switch this year.
Yep. So I can't wait to see next year's.
So I can maybe finally live the dream of guys, we're getting a Pokemon game that is full-fledged.
Yeah, we are. We are getting it. We already know. Like, we already know.
We said that for the Wii U, and they said, nah, fuck that. You're getting Pokken Tournament.
Oh,
that game's fine.
Aren't they already working? I thought they already announced that we are getting a.
No, they said that all Nintendo said was we asked Game Freak to make another Pokemon game, and they said we're working on something.
Oh, I thought they said they're making.
And they said, oh, hello everyone. What's his name from Game Freak? We're working on a Pokemon title for the Switch.
No, but they said mainline. I remember that they said
mainline can also be like XC Gala Darkness.
Okay,
like
fair.
Mainline for them can mean a lot of things.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I want my dream to be real because I hate being locked onto the 3DS's shitty specs.
Yeah, I know.
And like the frame rate dying when you use certain special moves.
I can't, dude. I'm at like look at Skyrim, look at Breath of the Wild, look at Mario Odyssey, and think about just how cool a Pokemon game.
That's like all I want. That is all I want.
Normal Pokemon, like, you know, yeah.
We didn't get Pokemon Snap on the Wii U, which is already a crime. Mm-hmm. So either give us that, which we've been asking for, or give us a real goddamn Pokemon game, please. I'm begging you.
Yeah. So that's why, and this is why I'm saying, like, next year, we're fine, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, this year for games we're totally fine.
Yeah. It's the year after that. Third year of consoles usually suck.
Follow-up year is usually really bad for most.
The only reason why, like, the main reason why the 360 and the PS3 did so well and lasted like the longest out of any generations because they had Modern Warfare 1. But that's not even.
They had big third-party games,
yeah. And which came out
because the PS3
the
PS3 did really poorly at launch.
360 came out in 2005.
Yes.
To end of 2007, Modern Warfare 1 comes out.
Modern Warfare was out. Halo was out. They had big blockbusters. PS3 at launch did actually very bad and because of the $600 price tag. And my favorite meme of PS3 has no games because it actually didn't for a long time.
Well, that and also they made their own hardware that no one knew how to.
Man, that bit them in the ass.
Yeah, it really did. And
holy
they're
crap!
Doing stupid stuff like Sony is the Apple of video games.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, but where else are you gonna go?
And it doesn't benefit anyone.
It doesn't benefit them because unlike with
it only benefits like their first party studios like Guerrilla Games and
unlike with
Naughty
Apple,
Dog.
because Apple kind of has almost no competition. I mean, they do, but not really. You know,
not in their space.
Yeah, exactly.
In their specific.
Sony has
space.
so much competition, but they act like they don't, and it makes me so mad. John Sony, how dare you?
I mean, Kaz, what is I forget Kaz something.
John. It's John.
It's not Adam House anymore because he's gone.
It's John. John Sony.
John Carmack.
John Carpenter. All right, so
you know he likes Sonic.
Huh?
Remember we didn't talk about it last week, but John Carpenter's a fan of Sonic.
Oh yeah,
even the Werehog one.
I think you told me. I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast.
No, but that's the thing. John Carpenter's like, yeah, I love Sonic. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. You make comics now. I don't give a fuck. John Carpenter, you're cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd love to meet him one day.
So yeah, Switch. Yay. Let's talk about another Nintendo related thing. You guys heard of Mario?
Mario big.
Remember Mario
year.
Real?
I know we talked about earlier this year that Universal was in talks to make a Nintendo Lands because Universal they got their theme parks in Orlando, in good old Hollywood.
Heard of it?
And in Japan. I think did they have one in Europe?
Maybe
they might. Apparently, from a report from the Wall Street Journal, Nintendo and Illumination Entertainment, the studio behind everyone's favorite movies, Despicable Me and The Minions, also Sing and The Lorax.
Lorax was actually good. Out of all those lists,
Lorax is not good.
I was gonna say, out of all those movies on that list, I think Lorax is my favorite.
It's the most tolerable.
It's my favorite. I'm saying out of that list, it's my favorite one.
Well, I hate Lorax the movie because they literally ignored the entire point of the book.
Fair.
By the way that they used it to advertise fucking cars.
Yeah.
Like that spits in everything he was actually stood for.
Okay. Anyways.
Besides that, they made Despicable Me, Minions, Sing, and they're in talks for nearing a deal, not confirmed. Rumored talks of nearing a deal for a feature-length Mario Brothers movie.
Yep.
Worst timeline of any studio.
Worst or best?
Worst. Because Illumination is cheap.
Yeah.
People might not know this. They make their movies on kind of the cheap for animation.
Yeah. It's not, they don't look good.
They're sterile.
Like,
they're not bad. They're just sterile.
So what? Like,
they're lifeless.
Look at Despicable Me, and then look at like How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Night and day. Now, how to like DreamWorks compared to Illumination?
Like DreamWorks deserves getting some shit from their movies, but How to Train Your Dragon 2 is like one of their
looking
best
at just like it's like the best hair 3D animation I've ever seen ever.
Next to like Brave.
Yeah. No, I think it's in my opinion it's better.
I think Brave came out later.
No, Brave came before.
Was it before? Was it right before?
I think it came in between one.
Whatever.
Their
hair tech is ungodly.
Yeah. Either way, DreamWorks is amazing for animation. Yeah.
They made better movies and stuff, but I don't want any of. I don't want Illumination touching Mario.
Too bad. It's all up in there. It's all up in those.
It's in the money deals, and I kind of don't want this.
Yeah, we're in the money part, and so this is a make or break moment.
I don't think I ever wanted a Mario animated movie ever. Mario got like a weird anime OVA back in like the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Because what's fun
where he yelled at Luigi and he cried because he blew. Remember, you played Mario World, right?
Yeah, of course.
Remember when he blows up the castle?
I know, but
okay. When you beat a castle, he blows it up with like a dynamite thing.
Okay, got it.
Like it's an Acme cartoon.
Yeah.
And there's I can't tell if it's like from OVA or like some weird commercial where Mario does that and Luigi gets too close to the castle and it blows up. He calls him Nissan, which made me very uncomfortable. It's all in Japanese. Luigi cries and then Mario gets mad at him and then Luigi runs away crying.
Oh my god,
that was very strange.
So weird.
I want that if we're gonna get set up this fucking this super sterile.
What about a Luigi's Castle movie?
You mean Luigi's Mansion?
Mansion, whatever it's called.
Adore that. Like a short 10-minute thing.
I know everyone loves Luigi's Mansion, but I've never played it.
Actually, people forget Pikmin actually got some shorts.
Oh. Wait, I remember this.
They're really good, actually.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
They're really charming, and it works really well with the Pikmin universe. But
so, anyways,
what the fuck would they make a full-length Mario?
See, here's the thing about Mario. No one. Okay.
He can't speak.
Yeah, what
he can go, ribbit or whatever, and like say little words, but he doesn't talk.
Yeah,
unless we're getting like the Super Mario Bros. Super Show voices back. Which, if we are,
if we don't get that,
holy shit, I will love it.
That Mario voice actor, who is the best human on this planet, he's the most because you know the voice actor for Mario, right?
Yeah, Charles Martinet.
Yeah, he is the sweetest boy.
He's super
sweet. And if we don't get that voice, I don't
want Mario to speak. That's my thing. I don't want to say full sentences, other than thank you so much for seeing my movie.
Yeah. Well, he can speak like no more than like one sentence.
I don't want him and Peach to have like a full-on conversation about their love life.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's bad. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh god, you know what I just thought about?
Huh?
They might make this like the Mario Rabbids but movie.
Would that be bad?
They could do it because
no. Look,
because they're not full of dialogue.
That's not a market for us, but children.
That's what I mean. Like that would make sense actually. Mario Rabbids movie would make total sense.
Yeah, it's the same reason why Minions make sense.
But I don't know. Are Rabbids really that popular nowadays? They were for a while. They were Minions original actually.
Rabbids were good. We're still. I think we're kind of too old for Rabbids, right? I mean, like
we're too old to enjoy them.
Yeah, I remember when they came out.
They're not for us though.
When they came out, we were like in middle school. I think, right?
I liked them back then. They were kind of charming.
Yeah, exactly. I was at the same point where I was like, cool, but it's not. But I was just getting into like Call of Duty. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, but blood.
Yeah,
that's where I was.
So, like, of all the ideas that I could think of that they could just adapt something that already exists. That would be cheap to make because of simple art style. They could totally do the Mario Rabbit. Like my dream animated movie would be the Paper Mario art style.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
That'd be like Studio Leica gets it or something insane.
Yeah,
but that will never happen because fuck.
Yeah,
I don't want this to happen, but
too bad.
It could. Fucking John Woo owns the Metroid rights. Who knows at this point?
I don't know. All right, let's talk about Amazon and big money.
Big money, big pockets, big dicks.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos and his big old money. His giant money. Hey, you guys heard of Lord of the Rings? Did you know that
obscure series?
Yeah, it was an obscure little book that this one boy made
for like 20 years.
So Mr. Jeff Bezos, I don't know why I like saying his name so much. Amazon has just sealed the deal that they are going to be making a Lord of the Rings live action show exclusively for Amazon Prime. And
fully animated.
3D animated. Illumination Studios.
Yeah.
No, it's live action. And I'm excited. I like Lord of the Rings.
Are you tentatively excited or are you actually just excited?
I'm as a fan of Lord of the Rings, like I don't know the lore. Like I know more lore of Game of Thrones than I do Lord of the Rings. Yeah. For no other reason than it's easier. That's honest. Like if Lord of the Rings lore was easier to get into, I know it's amazing. I know it's better. I know it's the best lore for anything to have ever lored in the world. But I'm not going to read the freaking Silmarillion. I'm not going to
read those war books?
I'm not going to do it. You're not going to make me do it. Even though I love I like I've been saying, I'm due for a rewatch of the entire series, the director's cut of the entire series. This boy still needs to see those movies. And so I love Lord of the Rings. I'm a huge fan. But, you know, I don't know the lore very well. Anyways. Yeah, as a fan of the series, I am excited for a show. I think, and it's a prequel, by the way. So
it's going to be more like the Hobbit stuff, where it's just what happened before all the big events.
Well, that's the thing,
because Hobbit is a prequel.
Yeah. Well, Hobbits. I don't consider Hobbit a prequel for
the series.
Yeah, because it's not technically. It's it's the first Yay! All right.
Oh, we back.
And we back. And we back. All right. All right. Lord of the Rings.
Like Slim Steve.
Lord of the Rings show. Yay! I'm excited. Big budget. Amazon.
What do you know of Lord of the Rings? What would you hope for it to be about?
I don't know.
Do you want it to be about like Gandalf when he's a young strapping lad?
No, I don't want it to. Because that's the thing. I know that. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong about this because again, I don't know the lore, like the history of Lord of the Rings that well. But I'm pretty sure there's so much that happens in that world unrelating to anything that's in the books.
Because isn't the land of Mordor is like a giant continent, right?
Uh-huh.
And how much of the movies, how much that happen in the movies do they actually cover in like of that continent?
Like not.
Like only like a couple parts of it.
That's the thing. The movies don't. I've only seen the movies, and they're pretty close to the books.
Yeah,
they're
look as close as they can possibly be to make it a still good movie.
There's
because the director was a gigantic
the land,
nerd.
Like the worlds isn't as vast as like Game of Thrones covers a lot of different types of scenery, right?
Game of Thrones' world is way too big for the story they're telling.
Yeah, well, for the show
for now, yeah, for the show, like it's too big.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like for Game of Thrones, like if we got because we're getting prequel shows we're getting like 5 of them.
Yeah,
which I'm excited for. I want them to do like a Doom of Valyria, which is when the ancient Valyrians, where all the dragons stuff happens, there was a volcano explosion and it destroyed the entire like Valyrians and that whole Valyria.
So that history is like lost and
like I want that. Like that's a story.
You want like what they used to do for Star Wars, where it was like they would show this character in the back, or they'd say a name, and they would just go, "Let's spend a whole book on that."
Yeah.
If they have the writing skill, they can just make it interesting.
You've heard of the boy Ben Down?
10?
Yeah, Ben
Tennyson.
Ben Tennyson. He made a song for Game of Thrones called Blue Eyed Giant, and it's literally because of one conversation he heard on the show.
An offhanded comment about something.
Well, because there's a theory in Game of Thrones and like the lore, right, that people believe inside of the world that the entire planet is in the eye of a blue-eyed giant.
Mm-hmm.
And so he made a song about that. You know what I mean? Like
Man, I wish that's not going to happen. That's too cool.
No, yeah.
Because that reminds me of the coolest shit in Morrowind, where you find out about how the entire universe might be taking place in the dream of a single individual god.
Yeah.
And that's so fucking weird and abstract that I kind of love it.
Yeah, yeah.
But that blue-eyed shit, if it was real, that'd be really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But also take the gravity out of everything that's happening for like a second.
It's a cool thing to think about.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But I'm saying like those types of things I want for the Lord of the Rings show.
Like take up this offhanded comment or like
and make a show about it.
Like, hey, what was the character doing back when they were talking about this with this character?
Yeah. I just want to see more Ents. That's all I care about.
There's no question. Mordor, that world is big enough. There's plenty to do.
Yeah.
To mess around with and talk about and lots to explore. But multiple seasons is like.
Yeah, we're getting multiple seasons.
Multiple seasons like really, really upfront of like we don't.
This is a very ambitious thing.
Well, it is Amazon, so doesn't matter. I don't know how they make money off of their shows. Honestly,
just Prime.
I know, but it's like
remember Amazon makes too much money.
No, like they make money sure on like the Prime subscriptions alone. But do they care how much a show gets viewed or not or ratings? I don't understand that.
That's the thing. So Amazon.
Like, do they pay the creators based on like a contract or is like
the reason why their shows seem low budget is because they are, even though they have the money. I think that they've been thinking about this for a very long time. Like like this is too big. Like multiple seasons. Odds are all the scripts are written. You know what I mean?
Like, it has to be like if they're saying multiple seasons, that means like they know what they're trying to go for.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They have a plan.
This has been in the works for years.
Yeah.
Which makes sense on why all the Amazon shows seem really low budget. I think they've been saving up for this. I have a feeling this is going to be really good. Like high quality.
Like this is going to be like their
not Game of Thrones level.
Wait, isn't Orange is the New Black is a Netflix show, right?
Yeah, Orange is the New Black is Netflix.
Maybe they're trying to make it like that. Where it's like we're going to make like our one big breakout show.
Yeah.
Because Orange is the New Black blew the fuck up and made Netflix it made people realize Netflix has shows on here that are worth paying that people would agree just for I'm going to watch these shows, so I'll do that.
Yeah, just for like the Netflix original.
Like Stranger Things, like a second coming of that, where it's like people are getting Netflix again because of that show.
And then there are hidden gems like Peaky Blinders, and there's hidden gems.
Like all kind of like small like comedy specials or like weird little.
But even and all those are pretty high budget. Now they are, and so I'm hoping that, and I'm pretty sure that Amazon's thinking, okay, let's put all our money on this.
Yeah.
People will watch this. People care about this, and we have the team. We have like the Tolkien team behind us.
We have the backing of this gigantic piece of fiction.
Who's working? Let's see.
Licensing.
I had it here somewhere. Jesus, who's working? The people who are working on this. Jeff Bezos himself reportedly asking the division to focus more on big, prestige-worthy shows, similar to Game of Thrones. Yeah, so like I said, they want to. Dude, where is? Here you go. Tolkien Estate and Trust, HarperCollins, and New Line Cinema. So New Line Cinema does,
they're getting big studios.
They're getting huge studios to do this. And like I said, I think this is going to be a good,
There's going to be a lot of effort
show.
put in this for sure.
Yeah.
Looking at the studios.
The goal is for this to be like high quality.
Yeah.
And not low budgeted like the other stuff. Because you can tell, like watch the other Amazon originals.
Because most of them are just like dramas. They're not meant to be like that insane. They don't require a big budget.
Yeah, exactly. Well, something like Man on the High Castle, you can tell it's like this feels like it should have had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
And
I think that show was a premiere show when it
Man
first
on
came
the
out.
High Castle, I think was written to have a higher budget than it actually got.
Yeah, it might have been like a script for some other channel that got pitched, and then Amazon just took it.
That's probably what happened. And
because they want to get the show made.
Yeah, and like I said, I think Jeff Bezos was like, yeah, we'll just save our money. We'll put these out to make people understand that Amazon has their own originals.
Give them
people
content
know that.
and get creative people on board already so they can make their own thing and then maybe keep them something else.
I'm just saying, just for the average, for average consumers of Amazon and online video,
which is the future of how entertainment works.
Let people know Amazon has has shows originals that are good,
that are just for us, and if you pay, it is worth the money. If you do, yada yada.
And so they were hoping that would get big enough to where now they have the budget and the team behind to make something huge, and that's good. I like competition. I'm a capitalist.
Because it creates good things for us.
Yeah, I like when companies like this compete. And having an Amazon compete with a Netflix, I just
don't want Amazon to compete with grocery stores.
No,
I wish it'd stop there.
Yeah, I know.
But that's the future we live in.
Whatever. Yeah. That's a whole other topic. But we need something to compete with Netflix, right? I mean, we have Hulu and we have that's about it. Hulu, Amazon Video. We're really the two.
Hulu, Amazon Video, and then kind of you have things like Verve.
Which that's the thing. No one knows what Verve is.
Well, no, it's a compilation of like all the other on-demand services that are small.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I count things like Shudder and Crunchyroll and Funimation Now, and
Nerdist, stuff like that.
Rooster Teeth's premium service,
RT First,
Chris Hardwick's thing,
Nerdist
premium stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's
all
lots of
little ones,
like Rift Track. There's all these kind of like smaller things that are going to get absorbed into things like Verve. But there is competition out there. But there's no like other big titan that is not Hulu.
Or Netflix,
or like HBO Go, but that's like
that's the other one.
That's a bit different. That's like HBO's like its own kind of deal. And
you can't. It's hard to compete with that because they're. It's kind of like it's like Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like they're competing, kind of, not really. They're doing their own thing.
Most people buy HBO Go are buying it primarily for the shows that are only made by HBO, not for the other movies that they do offer on there. Which they do offer movies and other TV shows on there that are only for HBO Go.
Yeah.
But people who are buying HBO Go, they're buying it for like 2 shows.
I believe like The Godfather is only on HBO.
There was an obscure movie that I saw recently with a friend that was like only on HBO Go.
Interesting.
Like it was like a movie that nobody gave a shit about. It was like, oh, we have an HBO Go.
Iron Man 2. So anyways, I think we're talking in circles here. Yeah, it's good. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it's good. I think this is a smart move on Amazon and the world. I think we will get better. There's no way this is just going to create better content for consumers in the long run. Yeah. No matter what happens. If it's bad, we're just going to get better content from other people because other people have ideas, right? And if it's good, well, I mean, it's good content. Yeah. I already have Amazon Prime, so I'm going to watch this.
That's why it has the chance to do so well because a lot of people just kind of have it.
Yeah. Hey, the NASDAQ is up.
What do you don't invest in stocks?
I forgot that the taskbar, whatever it's called on Mac, is a thing. And I clicked it and I was
so you're talking about Amazon because you're investing in Amazon stock right now. You want people on this podcast to go buy it.
What is the Amazon stock right now? What? They just overlay numbers on top of each other? All right, well, this is bad. Let's talk about real quick, and then let's go.
Because it has been talked about a lot over the past week.
You guys heard of Star Wars?
Some people on the podcast would probably have heard about this because they're probably more well-informed.
Yeah.
The Star Wars Battlefront 2, the
saga
version 1
of that.
The absolute kerfuffle marketing PR nightmare that has been going on. Because what happened is people played the game before release date besides reviewers because they were paying for EA Access or the Origin premium thing, and they got to play the game a couple days, like on the weekend, like on a weekend before the game came out, like a kind of like a trial. And then people on various things, and they posted to Reddit a bunch of math on how long it would take to unlock a specific character, which they chose to pick Vader. And they did the math for how much because you can acquire The progression system is what's fucked about this game in the long term, but the basic simple of it, because there's people, you've probably seen other people who've broken down in more detail.
Yeah. It pretty much requires money to get things.
It requires money, or the original number that was spread around everywhere was $80 for Vader, 40 hours in-game time with the in-game currency that you earn instead. And people went, holy shit, what?
Yeah.
And then it only went down from there, and people started looking into more numbers of how many credits you actually get, how they actually doesn't matter on your skill in the game, the progression system for how you unlock other heroes that are cheaper, the loot box nightmare with how it's pay to win, where you get upgrades from those loot boxes only. And there's so much wrong with it.
Yeah.
And then the legendary statement that was released by EA that is now the most downvoted Reddit comment in history. Which is good on them, I guess, for getting a world record.
Yeah.
But holy shit, it is that bad. And then they announced after that blew up that they would be doing a price cut on a lot of the heroes. Where like Vader's gonna be like, Vader now will take like 10 hours to unlock. He's the most expensive one. Why? But he's the most expensive one. Yeah. Other lesser known heroes or whatever are like cheaper than that. But the amount of that's not counting, because the way it works, you pick a role, like it's class based. You unlock through the loot boxes only through those. You open them
and you get roll.
You get a roll to get a card that gives you a stat boost or whatever.
Yeah,
not guaranteed. You can't pick them, by the way.
It's just we've all done loot boxes. We know what it.
Yes, you get either those cards or you get like cosmetic shit.
It's gambling,
or you get crafting parts. You can make those actual upgrade parts.
Yeah.
So, not counting buying any of those boxes for your in-game currency whatsoever, it takes 10 hours to get the most expensive character in the game.
Yeah.
So even when you get them, they will be underpowered than someone else's, most likely, because they don't have it.
And that's 10 hours of trying to get it and playing without it when everyone else has
no
it.
Upgrades for any of your classes at all that you have to use, because you're always going to be using those.
It's a definition of like bad for consumer, pro, like
company only.
Company only, yeah.
It is.
So anyways.
I think it is like the most egregious
it's
business model for a console game I have ever seen.
Yeah, this is going to go down in video game history.
Most fuck you, pay us. We don't care. Give us your money.
This is the culmination of all the DLC stuff, all DLC and
the worst loot boxes thrown into one.
Yeah,
and what shocked me about it was
for the last 6 years now we've been dealing with this.
Because remember, I talked about it a little bit earlier how people had like some misgivings about like all unlocks with the loot boxes. I was not happy with it, but I was like, whatever. It's going to be a shitty thing, but maybe it won't be too bad. But this stuff with the loot boxes in it, I didn't think we would get this bad and this greedy so quick.
No. Well,
it's only been a year. Know what you mean. It's only been about a year and a half since Overwatch made it popular. Because I do count like opening up cards, packs, or whatever packs like mobile games.
I personally trace this way back than you do, but I know
they do. The loot boxes
but like
do
the
come
way
from,
they are today is relatively
technically
new.
You can trace loot boxes all the way back to like Magic the Gathering collectible cards.
Yeah.
And they got some traction with.
I'm saying like when people started,
there was an origin.
I trace this back to when people started getting tired of DLC and what they do, right?
Yeah, starting out DLC where it's like you can tell that this was vapid
just for money, yeah,
or it was held just because we want to sell to you later.
Like when
the DLC characters that were on the disc of the game that you pay for.
You can only unlock with DLC.
Like that shit is great. I'm glad we're kind of done with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that stuff 6 or 7 years in the making.
This is just a different version of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The culmination of all that is happened now. I think this will go down in video game history.
The model that they picked and the way that they fucked it up for consumers is way quicker than I thought, honestly.
Yeah, for a AAA game, yeah.
And I know there are people that hate the argument for loot boxes that are like Overwatch, where it's like it's only cosmetic.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, well, it's to prey on people who are gambling addictions or whatever. Like, no. In some sense, sure, but
no, they're not.
It's not as predatory.
EA is not trying to be a good Samaritan here.
It's not as predatory as like the ones are doing with these.
So, anyways, let's finish this.
And then they updated it as of like, because now it is officially out for us peasants who want to pay $60 for the game on Friday. Even if you bought, which is crazy to think about, if you bought like the premium versions of the game, they gave you those like the premium currency with those versions. You still get them.
But
you, as of Friday of the game releasing, when it first came out,
they took away
disabled market buys.
Yep.
You can no longer buy those.
Those are only for
keyword temporarily.
Yeah.
They said temporarily we're getting rid of those. And you know what that means to me?
They're going to bring them back.
One's obviously going to put them back. They're just going to change it or whatever to make it look better. That really spells to me that they really thought they could get away with this.
Oh.
And second, there's no way because there's like they pay psychologists and all this kind of nefarious shit to prey on people for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That they knew even if they had to change this, it didn't matter. They were going to make money off the microbuys anyway.
Yeah. That means
this has been planned.
This means that EA is so, even though they know
they're
it's bad,
so sure they're going to make money off of you.
Them taking it away and then knowing that they're going to bring it back means that they
and we know this because they told investors this, by the way.
Yeah, they're so...
I'm going to put a statement out.
They're so down the rabbit hole of, this is a good idea for us.
Yeah, we're going to make money.
Yeah, no matter what, they are going... That's where EA is right now. EA has officially become the worst
video game company.
Yeah, just
not in the world because there are banks that could do worse than them.
Yeah, but I'm saying like video game company.
Of anti-consumer. This is like the worst of it.
This is definitive of that. Yeah,
it's gross.
It really is.
And the worst part about it is what it causes dumb people to do. It makes it. This is in two ways has been a double-edged sword. On one hand, I'm happy that there is an outcry from people. Mm-hmm. A bigger one from people that are. From what I can see, not everyone is complaining about this. It's just people who are like us, who read this stuff like day to day. I can see some of it from people actually coming from casual players.
Yeah, no, this is actually affecting normal people who play this game.
But the amount of like the casual person who's just like, I like Star Wars, I'm gonna buy this game.
Yeah,
not nearly enough. Not even close.
Yeah,
the average person doesn't give a shit or knows anything about this.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It would have affected them.
It still does. That's a problem. They don't know about this stuff.
It's going to affect them.
Yeah, it is going to affect them if they buy their game.
Yeah.
But then you got the flip side of it where it's like, okay, we get good awareness about this major issue with anti-consumer practices in video games.
Yeah.
But then you get the worst kinds of people who send death threats to developers of the game.
Yeah.
People misunderstand all the time. It shouldn't be said if you're raised like a normal human being. Death threats are bad.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do them regardless. But people misunderstand that
for a video game,
most of the time, developers and everyone else working on the team, artists, programmers, whatever.
Let's say
they're not the reason that those are in the game.
Let's say there are 200 people that worked on Battlefront 2.
Which is very likely.
It's about 200. It's probably about 200 people. Yeah. Like I know one person.
Yeah.
I won't say who it is because I don't know where they stand on.
Which man, I feel bad for them having to be dealing with all this PR
I know that, and they're
bullshit.
really nice. It's right. Like I can't imagine.
Like how bad it must feel if you're just like, I just made this game.
Yeah, like there's.
It's like, what was my job? I made this game look gorgeous.
Yeah, right. It's like,
or like I worked on the sound design or gameplay or
rocks hitting the ground.
Yeah, or like I was a concept artist for these characters. Like whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Like this is the kind of shit when people go and do this.
Yeah, this is like their breakout. There's a lot of people's like breakout games. Like, oh man, like I'm working with EA. I'm working with Disney. Like
it's a big deal. Like
Star Wars. Like this is gonna be great. Look great on my resume. And now this happens. Like I just spent like 3 years of my life.
And it's so shitty because it makes us this kind of the actions that people will do with this. We're going back 5 years of progressing of like, oh no, games are just idiots.
Yeah,
they're a bunch of dumb immature. We're going back to the stigma, which is still around, which is going to come back again, where it's like, oh, video game people are just dumb, immature men who yell, and we're going back to that again. And we're not like, gaming as a culture is not like that anymore. Majority-wise, it's not.
You and I have
like
been talking about this like every single podcast of the last year. We miss video games, right? Like we want video games to just be about having fun.
But you get these jackoffs who do stuff like this.
Yeah, and then you get this, and it just ruins everything. We were so close. Yeah, we were so close.
Because gaming has never been more diverse. Literally, the best part about gaming right now, what's so good, is that there's a game for literally anybody.
I just recommended Stardew Valley to my friend who because and they got it, and Game Grumps is playing it right now, and they're like, they watch Game Grumps, they're like, oh, this game looks kind of good. And I was like, I think you'd like this game. You know, someone who's like doesn't really play games that often. They're they play games. But
you have your Cupheads and your Stardew Valleys that come out in the same year.
They like their favorite game is Minecraft. You know what I mean? They like the calming thing of like Stardew Valley's perfect.
And the best part about there's people know, and you can make games for anybody. Yeah. There's a game and audience for everybody. We're done with this whole you're not hardcore enough for this. We're kind of like totally, we're trying. There are those Dark Souls like keep in mind very small niche of people in the Dark Souls people who do that kind of bullshit.
Even Review Tech USA has come around.
Yeah, but it's like we've been slowly trying to move away from that kind of boys only club, only for the hardcores or for the whatever bullshit. We're trying to move away from that. It's going to take a while still. Yeah. Because gaming is still very young.
And now this just happened and
it's like, well, now we set back the clock like 5 years. Yeah. It's like, it's sad. Because
it really is.
Because it's this, of all the games that happened to, it's a high profile one. Like I've seen financial companies report on this, on like how bad the backlash was.
This is making news. Like people.
It's making like CNN financial news and shit. Like it's, and that's one hand, that's a good thing because it makes people go, we need to rethink how we're doing monetization systems in video games. Yeah, but it's
EA and they're not. And
they don't, at least for this game, they don't have to do that much crazy.
No, I don't know.
One other thing they'll do though is be like, okay, we're sorry about this stuff. We'll put the microbuys back in, but they'll give you like a character for free or whatever the fuck.
That's the best they can do, which is still not
still
good.
not enough because the actual fundamental progression system for this game is broken.
Yeah, no,
it's busted from the, and they can't change it because they spent the money to research how this would feed into the loop.
It's out. People are playing. They're already investing into the system. And if you were to change, if you changing the fundamentals of how the system, like you have to reset everyone to 0 and have everyone start again.
And
like you just can't do that.
And you can't do that either.
Yeah,
and
it sucks. It just sucks.
And it's also a bad thing where it's like the people who do not know about this stuff, which is a lot of people actually.
Most humans.
Most people who are going to be buying Battlefront 2, this new one, they don't know about any of this.
Yeah.
And they're feeding into the problem on accident.
Yeah.
Because they just don't
They're just giving the money and they don't know.
And I can't be mad at them for that. Honestly, that's not their fault.
No. It's when you have, dude, if I get it, if you have a title like Star Wars.
Yeah. Like say you're someone like who's been like, okay, I love Star Wars. And these movies are like I love Star Wars again. Like I want to just enjoy what that is. Yeah. And that's all they want to do. It's like your average dad who like they just put their kid in college and they're like, finally I have time to play video games. Let's imagine a very common example. I'm a student in college. Yeah. I can buy maybe like 3 games a year. Yeah. I love a couple things a lot. I've been waiting all year to play the Star Wars game because it looks really, really cool. Yeah. They don't know about any of this. Yeah. Because they're busy doing other things, social life. Like
all of the other example, which is it's perfect for right now for this
because
game.
Me and you and some people listen to the podcast and we choose to put our time in this.
Yeah.
This is a conscious decision.
If you listen to this podcast, you probably know you care about stuff like this.
Enough. You research things. Yeah. That's not everybody.
No, yeah.
And I can't be angry at those people. Some people are, and I think that's not fair.
I'm angry at people doing death threats.
If you're angry,
obviously.
Okay, you have to be angry at somebody who knows about the stuff and just I don't care and they buys it anyways. I think there's like a reasonable argument to be like kind of upset at them. Yeah. But I can't be mad at like, hey, my cousin who doesn't play games a lot, he wants to buy Star Wars games because he loves Star Wars. Yeah. I can't be mad. And that's what's shitty about this. Because no matter what, EA makes money off of this.
Another demographic is moms. Christmas is coming up very soon.
Yeah, holidays. That's
how many people moms are like buying this game right now. Yeah. You know, gonna get it for Black Friday, right? And then they're saving it up to give it for their Christmas.
The reception around this game from like the public, is bad, but is it enough? I don't think so.
Yeah. I think we have set ourselves back. This is a net negative for video games.
Negative, yeah. It's a bad way to end the year off.
Yeah, horrible way.
Like Shadow of Mordor was okay. It was bad, but it wasn't.
It wasn't industry changing. It wasn't industry changing. Yeah. This is If this didn't happen, this year would have been known as the Nintendo
I think still comeback of the regardless of this bad footnote. This is one of the best video games. Period.
No, yeah, for sure. The Nintendo Switch is a
thing.
This
is just a sour note to have this in this year.
Yeah,
like this whole.
There's no way to talk about 2017 without talking about this. Because this isn't.
This is gonna be a landmark moment of like loot boxes becoming like a discussion topic for sure. Yep. Because Overwatch is having them was like what brought them to the forefront. But then this year, like this is only good thing to come out of this is the discussion that comes around it. Yep. The rest of this is just bad.
It's like when there's a mass killing. It's like
like some tragedy. It's like we got to talk about something, but it's like
exactly.
This is not worth the discussion.
Yes, and by the way, yes, I just made a comparison between video games and a mass killing. I just realized that.
So you're bad at politics. I was trying to speed right past that, but like, no, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I did that.
You're trumping it up over here, man.
Did you see the meme I shared on Facebook of Trump blowing on the water?
What? No, I did not.
Because people are freaking out because he drank water weird.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna end the podcast there.